but let's talk about TikTok. TikTok. Yeah, TikTok. Well, I mean, it's a Chinese company. The CCP can basically say to any Chinese company, your information, we need access, give it to us. You know, and they do. What choice do they have? If you want to keep your business in China, you gotta, what are you gonna do? No, Xi Jinping, it's my business. Get out of here. You think he would accept that? No, I don't think so. But the TikTok deal with Oracle and Walmart reportedly put on hold under Biden. For those who don't know, President Trump last year basically said, TikTok, you have to sell to an American company so that it's owned by an American company. Period. If you wanna work in America, if you want that app to be around in America, then it has to be American owned, because secrets, national security. I mean, if you were in the military or if you were in government, you weren't allowed to have it on your phone, on your government issued phone. Wait, what? Why? Oh, because of national secrets. Oh, interesting. So why would Biden put it on hold? What is going on with Biden? TikTok's planned sale to American investors is unlikely to close anytime soon, as the Biden administration weighs whether to push the deal forward. A group of investors led by Oracle and Walmart announced plans to buy TikTok U.S. operations last year after then-President Donald Trump ordered the video-sharing app's Chinese parent company, ByteDance, to sell them. But President Biden's administration has put the plans on hold while it reviews its own approach to the cybersecurity risks posed by Chinese-owned apps, the Wall Street Journal reported on Wednesday. TikTok has reportedly continued discussions with the Committee on Foreign Investment in the U.S., which formally ordered the sale last year, about how to address the Fed's concerns about the Chinese government's accessing American users' data. Just get this a little bit bigger. There we go. But any deal that gets made would likely look different from the one announced last September, partly because TikTok is no longer facing the immediate threat of being banned in the U.S., according to the Journal. It's also possible that TikTok could work with a trusted third party to manage its data, which wouldn't require the app to be sold outright, the paper reported. The White House, TikTok, and Oracle did not immediately respond to requests for comment Wednesday morning, but a spokeswoman for the White House National Security Council told the Journal that officials are working on a comprehensive approach to securing U.S. data that address the full range of threats we face. This includes the risk posed by Chinese apps and other software that operates in the U.S., the spokeswoman Emily Horn told the paper. In the coming months, we expect to review specific cases in light of comprehensive understanding of the risks we face. The TikTok deal has been in limbo for months as federal courts blocked the Trump administration from enforcing orders that would have effectively shut down the popular app. The proposal announced last fall would have created a new entity called TikTok Global to run the app's U.S. operations. Americans would have owned a majority of TikTok Global, including 20% held by Oracle and Walmart and some 33% owned by ByteDance, existing U.S. investors, as a Post previously reported. So, why would Biden do that? You know, I know from previous episodes and research, I knew that he basically put a pin in everything Trump had done in the past 7 months, to review whether or not it was worth keeping or if it was good for the nation. Like the insulin prices that Trump said, hey, Big Pharma, you're not allowed to sell insulin to American citizens for 800% profit margin. 800%. That's insanity. But Biden put a kibosh on that. Actually, I don't know. We're gonna have to see if that's actually kosher for the American people. And by American people, he means the big pharma. That is the ones that we're gonna be making killer money on people's lives here in America. People that need insulin. People that need the epinephrine pens. Yeah, those people exist. They need an 800% markup is ridiculous. Well, that's just one of the things that he put a pin in and said, well, we don't know if this is actually good for the country or not. And, this TikTok thing, it's like, man, TikTok, it's become a craze. It's become an addiction. And I think that's the problem that people aren't facing. These young kids that are on TikTok that are getting obsessed with, how many likes and views they get and how many followers they have. And it's becoming a problem. It is addicting. If you watch what is it called? The Social Dilemma. I think that's what it's called. It's a documentary right now on Facebook or on Netflix. I think it's The Social Dilemma. And it talks about a bunch of people that basically worked in the social media world, and they have come out saying, we started with good intentions, and we realized this is a very dangerous game that is being played. This is for everyone who's asking for me to spin the UFO in chat right now. Anyway, yeah, that's a problem. We're addicted. So China's got facial recognition software pretty much in every facet of everywhere. They were selling their facial recognition software to Europe, all across the globe, honestly. In TikTok, what is TikTok? It's a video sharing app that shares your data to whoever. Most importantly, China. They have access to your face. Now, I say that the title of the show, it says China's ready. What is China ready for? War. I'm not joking. Look at this. China has first strike capability to melt the U.S. power grid with electromagnetic pulse weapons. Yeah. This is from June. Last year. We've known this for quite some time. Maybe that's why Mike Pompeo was so dead set on telling everyone, China, we have to be worried about them. He said China is the true enemy within. This is an article talking about how they are a threat. But this is what I want to focus on. They have the capability. I mean, I'm then going back to the Biden giving them access to our power grid. They don't even need to EMP us when they have access. And then what happened? What happened 2 days after that happened? Right. The power went out in D.C. The White House lost power. What? The Washington Monument, the power went out. What? What's going on here? What's happening? We still don't have answers. This is crazy, though. Last week, the EMP Task Force in National and Homeland Security issued a scary report on China's ability to conduct an electromagnetic pulse attack on the United States. The key takeaway, according to Dr. Peter Pry, executive director of the task force, is that China now has super EMP weapons, knows how to protect itself from an EMP attack, and has developed protocols to conduct a first strike attack, even as they deny they would never, ever do so. According to the Center of the Strategic International Studies, China has the most active ballistic missile development program in the world. So this is doubly troubling. China used stolen U.S. technology to develop at least 3 types of high-tech weapons to attack the electric grid and key technologies that could cause a surprise Pearl Harbor attack that could produce a deadly blackout in the entire country. Dr. Pry outlines how China has built a network of satellites, high-speed missiles, super electromagnetic pulse weapons that could melt our electric grid, fry critical communications, and even take out the ability of our aircraft carrier groups to respond. You know, I've been talking about China a lot on my show, on Tim's show when I was there. It was part of the reason that I voted for Trump, because he was talking about it also. He was talking about things that I already did research on myself. I would hear him bring it up and be like, all right, nice. Like, I knew about that. Yeah, that makes sense. We need to be aware of that. Mike Pompeo, his Secretary of State, was like, hey, we got to be worried about China. They had the spy ring going out of Houston, Texas, in the Chinese consulate that they had to shut down and were burning papers. Did mainstream media talk about that? No. Was it blasted out? Like, yo, China, like, what's going on? After the whole, coronavirus pandemic that, gosh, China's trying to pit on Italy now. They're like, look, it's Italy. Italy had the worst. What? No, Italy. What? Why are you? What? No, it's been proven that it was man-made. All right. I don't have the article up. I couldn't find it in time, but I did report on it in like a month ago about how they've proven that it's man-made. All right. It's not from an animal. And now they're still trying to claim that it was from an animal. They're still trying to convince the world. But then, of course, they're also talking that it's Italy's fault, which is just ridiculous. I don't know, man. But when I read this, and I'm like, why is Biden cozying up with China? If they have this kind of a capability, if they don't have to use it, they won't. If they have all these people that are poised and positioned in our country in places of power, they wouldn't even need to do that. They wouldn't have to do that. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing people that he's appointing that have ties to the CCP. It's ridiculous. So I'm getting kind of fed up with it, to be honest. I'm fed up with this whole China thing, man. Look, they're definitely trying to take over. They make 80% of our imports. Last I checked, it was 80%. I don't know if it's changed lately because of the tariffs. There's less and less things. People are trying to get a PS5. I mean, actually, I think that's made in Japan. I'm not sure exactly where. I'm fairly certain the PS5 is made in Japan. But graphics cards, for example, the 30 series, people want to get them, but they can't find them. They're nearly impossible to find. You know, now that's just one product. You know, spread it across all electronics. Guess where most electronics are made? Not in America, where we regulate and have regulations on how things are allowed to be made here so that it doesn't have a crazy impact on the environment. Well, guess who doesn't have all of that? Over on the other side of the pond. They don't have environmental protections. They're not in the Paris Accords. So what? You want to complain about the government? You want to complain about climate change, Greta? You need to go to the source. China. Okay? I don't hear China coming out of her mouth. She's trying to attack India. Why India? Why? What's that? You know, that whole thing where she got caught. And that's a whole nother subject, but I don't hear them complaining about China. I don't hear them complaining about it. They're the ones that are building everything, churning out. And what's funny is they're making so much advancements, they'll probably be green before we even get green. Sad to say. They built a high-speed rail in 10 years. They started in 2008 and ended in 2018. You know what? Let me pull this up because this is kind of ridiculous. The fact that we can't even agree on a solid system to build a speed rail. Look at this. 2008 to 2018, they've built the world's largest high-speed rail network. In the same amount of time, California high-speed rails never got past the environmental reviews. You're paying for the largest federal budget on Earth that provides you subpar infrastructure services. Yeah. I think China's trying to convince its citizens that communism works. We should all be communists because then the government will just do whatever they want without having your say in it. Yeah, that sounds like a terrible idea if you ask me. Sounds terrible. Yeah, I see a lot of people like PS5s are made in China. I don't know if that's true. Where are PS5s made? Let's do this. I'm doing it right now. Live research. Let me see. Where is your PS5 made? This is Reddit. Let's see. All right, let's see what Reddit has to say. Serial numbers. According to this article, they're all made in Japan. All right, first one, let's see. Let's click on that, see where this is. What is this? TechDeeps.com. Sony has a secret weapon about PS5 production plant where the protagonists are not games or even humans, but a series of intellectual robots currently complete the assembly of the PS4 in just 30 seconds. Well, they actually just stopped making the PS4 and many different, they had like 4 different versions of the PS4 that they were still making for some reason, Even after the PS5 came out, they were still making PS4s. It's like, why? Stop. Shift it all to PS5s. Move to the next generation. That's part of the problem why there's so little stock right now. This is what I remember researching before. I did look this up in the past, and I was fairly certain that they were all made in Japan. So that's cool. I appreciate that.